Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the roundtable, today organized as part of the SPS Connect with our today's topic, new Bonfiglioli Solutions for Smart Packaging Machines, a reference application. Of course, a presentation under normal conditions in Nuremberg would have been much nicer compared to the online presentation today. Nonetheless, I am really happy that today's IT solutions are giving us opportunities like this to establish new formats and help us in staying in contact in these ways. I am Gerald Schneeloch and I work as product manager in Bonfiglioli Vectron with a focus on frequency inverters. Inside the Bonfiglioli group, we have a competence center for all topics revolving around frequency inverters. Before we begin, I would like to highlight some important organizational topics for the next minutes. Please mute your microphone during the presentation. I know from my own experiences during these last months that especially for those of you working at home during these days, it is not always completely possible to avoid background noise, and it's only fair to the audience to reduce possible distractions for everybody during this presentation. Also, I'm looking forward to your questions, and we have a dedicated time slot at the end of the presentation for that. As last topic, I want to point out that we as Bonfiglioli are recording this event that we will present it also on our social media after the presentation. One of my colleagues will contact you after the presentation with a form, and we ask you to fill it out and send it back to us. This request is in alignment with MESAGO as trade fair organizing entity and the European Data Privacy Regulation. During the next minutes, I would like to give you a very brief overview of the Bonfiglioli world and then directly jump to the application description for our main topic today. To explain better the solution approach I will be showing later, I will also give you some information about our new products, meaning the new geared motor series Evox and the new frequency inverter series AxiaVert. In our original launch planning of these products, it was a given fact for us to present it during the SPS fair this year. While we adopted our marketing plans accordingly and are following now several virtual approaches like today here at SPS Connect, and we appreciate your interest in this presentation and our products and our solutions. Of course, it's also important to be able to commission and diagnose an application, so for this reason we will also have a look at the possibilities to diagnose a complete drivetrain either directly with a PC or the mobile phone. And I also want to show that solutions including condition monitoring and cloud and edge computing can help us to evaluate better available data and how to present them with machine dashboards. As a summary, I will give you some ideas about configurations of a drivetrain, including the Bonfiglioli products and the added value we can offer. I assume that Bonfiglioli is known to most of you for its drive technologies for industrial applications. For those of you not familiar with Bonfiglioli, I would just like to give you a very brief overview. Bonfiglioli has approximately 3,700 employees worldwide, and in the business year 2019, we had a turnover of nearly 1 billion euro for the whole Bonfiglioli group. On the product level for industrial applications, we offer different kind of gearboxes, which includes inline gearbox units, helical gearbox units, worm gearbox units, and also precision planetary gearboxes, just to name some of our gearbox types inside our product portfolio. Also electrical motors for industrial purposes and frequency inverters are in our product portfolio available. With all the different product types in our product portfolio, we are a solution provider for drive technology. The products are important, of course, even more important is that we can offer our expertise in a wide range of sectors. We partner with our customers to go into co-development with them to constantly improve products and machines. We offer flexible products which offer a wide modularity with their design. Also, we are able to offer additionally a high level of customization of our products where needed. Bonfiglioli is acting worldwide for sales and service activities and also with the production of our products. In the next minutes, I present to you a ring rotation wrapping machine that we selected as an interesting reference application for today. Before I begin, I want to show you a brief video to see the context of this kind of machine inside a factory. The video showed us an example of a ring rotation wrapping machine. Of course, there are also other wrapping machine types and also other applications where we can find similar requirements like this. The ring rotation wrapping machine is a nice example for today because we can see several axes with different requirements for the movement and also about functional safety. In the described setup, there are two conveyors to feed in and out the pallet that is wrapped in the center. Then there is a pallet lifter which lifts the pallet during the wrapping process, so that the foil application is also covered well in the lower parts. The wrapping itself is handled by the rotation ring and typically a pre-stretch unit which handles the right amount of pressure, so that the wrapping foil is not too strong but also not too weakly applied. And as last unit there's a carriage which transports the rotation ring in the vertical axis to apply the foil over the whole height of a pallet. Also, we often find additional axes which I did not explicitly mention here. This could be a cutting or welding unit for the wrapping finishing, or a top cover unit, or an automatic material foil exchange unit. To better explain the solutions we can offer as Bonfiglioli for such a kind of application, I will give you an introduction into our newest addition to our product portfolio. The new Evox Series is the new Bonfiglioli platform for geared motors. Evox presents several new innovations in its design corresponding to the several requirements we gathered from our customers to be addressed in a new series like this. Evox is available for different application setups, meaning we can offer flange or feet mounting, an example. Also, the mechanical interface in general is respecting the standard mechanical interfaces we can see today on the market. An interesting detail is here that we offer one version of the geared motors which you can use in all mounting positions. This gives you the advantage to reduce the complexity of the bill of material of a machine where otherwise you would require different motors just for the sake of mounting position. Also connected to this topic is the easier spare part storage management. From many discussions with machine designers we know that they often prefer to make standardizations of motor types wherever it's possible for their machines to avoid the sheer number of variants and therefore complicating the spare part management, binding both storage space and also capital. Another topic I want to highlight is the energy efficiency. The new Evox series fulfills, of course, the European regulation IA3, NEMA Premium for North America, and also the Brazilian IA3 requirements. For the different typical voltage levels we can find in different markets today, we selected an approach that with one motor version, it is easily possible to connect optimized to the local mains grid. This is achieved with the concept of new setup possibilities inside the terminal box. The Evox series offers also several options and variants, including an ATEX variant, electromechanical brakes, and a variety of encoders. This is only a small overview about the full feature set of Evox. For more details, we really invite you to check our website, our SPS Connect representation during these days, or to contact your local Bonfiglioli team for more information. Also designed as a new platform, I present to you our new AxiaVert frequency inverter series. The AxiaVert series is developed and designed as a modular inverter system with a very high flexibility in its setup inside the application. Especially high-level applications are our target with this product. Due to the modular design, it's very easy to select the features really required and to adopt by selecting the required communication systems, encoder evaluation, and also functional safety variants. The AxiaVert series starts in the listed power range with 4 different frame sizes and also will be extended in the future to higher power ranges. In the following, I go more in detail for certain features. AxiaVert offers control support for all motor types we offer in the Bonfiglioli product portfolio. This includes the classic induction motor, permanent magnet synchronous motors, and synchronous reluctance motors. For all of these types, it is important to be able to offer high control accuracy with encoder or without encoder feedback. Communication interfaces and functional safety are important key elements for this series. For user interface, we offer an optional keypad and graphical user interfaces for both PC and mobile phones. An integrated PLC variant can be used to adopt the AxiaVert more easily to the applications. AxiaVert is also monitoring itself and also the commissioned application with several features like a set of actual values of the device itself, motor encoder is attached, and a user-friendly fault list. This makes AxiaVert a great asset in a lot of applications with great opportunities to adapt the devices easily into the machines. Regarding this modular concept, I want to point out some noteworthy aspects. For the AxiaVert, we offer different variants. This includes, an example, standard mounting or cold-plate variants, the integration of functional safety, and could also be related to software functions. Several modules are available for mounting during the machine commissioning, giving flexibility for different features, particularly the encoder and communication connectivity. Also, several accessories are available, which includes main chokes, filters, brake resistors, and also cable sets for the easy motor connection. Regarding functional safety, I want to go a bit more into some details. AxiaVert offers 3 different variants for functional safety. In the most basic variant, safe torque off and safe brake control are included. In the standard variant, also safe stop 1 time-based is additionally included. The benefit here is that AxiaVert then can take over the functionality of a safety monitor and reduce therefore the complexity of external components regarding functional safety. Also, the highest functional safety performance variant has the target to reduce the complexity of functional safety components which might be necessary for the complete functional safety setup. So several functional safety features are included, such as safe speed monitor, safe operating stop, or safely limited speed, just to name some of them. With the integration of a functional safety encoder, it is possible to achieve performance level E, category 4, and safety integrity level 3 respectively. It's also possible to use the functions requiring a speed information without encoder. In this case, a lower performance level and safety integrity level is the result, which for several applications will still be good enough based on their risk assessment. For communication, we offer field bus extensions like Ethercat, Profinet, and others. The field bus can also be extended to be integrated via OPC into a machine environment, even allowing cloud connection. For local connection, the drives offer several possibilities like the optional keypad or the optional Bluetooth module. While the keypad is intended mainly for quick diagnosis and maybe to change individual settings, the graphical user interface on both PC and mobile app allows a very clear and better overview also for more complex commissionings. For commissioning and diagnostics for both PC and mobile app, we offer new tools as graphical user interface, allowing state-of-the-art commissioning. The classic commissioning for a device of this performance level is typically done with a PC. Our new AxiaManager as Windows PC graphical user interface allows easily to commission one or multiple AxiaVert devices in a single project file, and also support the different communication ways as shown before. For the project planning phase, there's also an offline mode integrated, so that a first parameterization can be easily done in the office or in a small lab and then used at the real machine. Graphical views support the user to make the commissioning faster and less risky to faulty entries. Also, more experienced users can work deeply on the object level to change the parameter setup. Every object is accessible this way and gives the deepest parameterization flexibility for power users. On the monitoring side, several functions allow the possibility to trace or scope actual values. Typically, there exist different requirements for scoping. For several tasks, it's typical to use what we call free-run oscilloscope, where 1 millisecond samples are quick enough. Of course, you can also use slower sample times. In some cases, we want to see in the layer quicker than 1 millisecond. An example when it comes to current controller settings. For this, the real-time oscilloscope gives us exactly this possibility. All scope functions, of course, offer trigger possibilities and a wide range of selections as a source for the different channels. The scope offers support for at least 4 channels. Currently, we are also investigating to increase the number of scope channels to a higher value. During operation of a machine, there are often occasions where you just want to look up quickly a certain value or the general status of the drive. Of course, the device itself offers us some LEDs, but also taking into account that nowadays everybody carries a mobile phone permanently with him or herself, or less often a PC, we see the mobile app for mobile phones as important pieces in the usage of our drives. Therefore, we also offer a mobile app which can be used for these more typically quick look-up cases, offering access to the parameterization and also for monitoring several things you can use, like a dashboard with important values, an oscilloscope, and a fault message display. A trend on the market during these last years is also condition monitoring of the drive and the home machinery. Bonfiglioli has shown already during the previous SPSVert solutions as part of a Bonfiglioli offer. With the 2 new product series, Evox and AxiaVert, we see additional possibilities for condition monitoring and predictive maintenance, taking more and more advantage of the processing power we today can find in drives. While the frequency inverter itself is already a source for several information and can be used for monitoring several aspects of the drivetrain, the focus shifts now more and more in the market to use inverters also as a useful addition to cloud computing, meaning that in some machines the inverter series can gather data, aggregate these, and then make these aggregated data available. One example for the usage of these data is a dashboard. Here we can see a dashboard example with a setup allowing us to investigate the machine level in example with the right graphs that show the usage of such a system. In the middle and the left side, we can see examples when we switch inside the dashboard to go to the component level. The selection of the data to be displayed varies on the application, of course. So the layout and the content is typically differing a lot depending on the machines. In conclusion of the previous minutes, I gave you an overview of the solution level Bonfiglioli is able to provide today. Coming back to our application, this means, as a very generic overview for the different application axes, we can typically find a helical geared motor. For the clearer explanation, I separated this into 2 lines for the different axes, so meaning 1 line for the gearbox and 1 for the motor, but as I said, it could also be a geared motor as a single unit. Also, there is an example for the frequency inverter. Depending on the sophistication level, cycle times, and other boundary conditions like mechanical safety fans as an example, also other solutions could be applicable, of course. In this example, we have conveyors which could be operated together from 1 frequency inverter together as a group drive or with 1 inverter per motor independently. Also, it could be possible to use 1 inverter and together with a contactor to drive 2 motors alternatively. So there are several possibilities for a valid setup. The important thing is that this setup has to fit to the machine, and here we can support our customers with our own experiences to propose solutions which are technically valid and also commercially optimizing the values for the complete machine. Also, we can see in this example setup that the conveyors here are defined to use safe torque off, while the carriage and the pre-stretch unit might also use additionally safe stop 1 time-based. The rotation ring as the drive with the most kinetic energy might even have higher functional safety requirements like safely limited speed or safe stop 2. As you can see, AxiaVert and Evox allow the possibility to adjust the product's performance level also to the application requirements, matching technical and commercial aspects in the right way. To complete this description of our selection, I would just like to show on a schematic level how the proposed alternatively operated conveyors can be operated with one inverter while using encoder evaluation. So, through a contactor, operation could be easily changed, including the evaluation of the encoder, so that the inverter is used either as feed-in or as feed-out conveyor, which is especially interesting in applications with limited space. In my example, we use EtherCAD as field bus, where a PLC and a safety PLC take care of the machine operation. Failsafe over EtherCAD and the usage of a black channel for functional safety commands can be easily used for the drive which have higher requirements from a functional safety point of view, like the rotation ring unit. So, during my presentation in the previous 20 minutes, I showed you that Bonfiglioli is able to offer you the whole drivetrain, giving you a single provider which makes the project planning and also the after-sales business easy for you. When thinking about the offer for condition monitoring, predictive maintenance and also added service values, we can offer solutions fitting and adapted to your application and to the already available infrastructure in case of IIoT components. We can support you in defining the relevant machine data for data gathering and how to evaluate these, and finally also service additions like machine uptime service and remote service support are recent additions to our solutions portfolio, which we can offer to make your machine business easier. So thank you very much for your interest today, and for more information about our products, I'd like to invite you to visit our website, contact us during the SPS Connect during these days, or contact your regional Bonfiglioli representative for more details. Also, I'd like to invite you to ask your questions now about our products and our solutions and our offer in general, which I might have left unanswered during my presentation. Okay, apparently there are no further questions, so thank you again very much for your attention and see you next time. Bye bye.